If you have a Tesla, you've probably heard about the taboo about taking your car to the car wash. Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I have a different product from what I've typically been reviewing. If you have a Tesla, any kind of Tesla, you've probably heard about the taboo about taking your car to the car wash. Now I use taboo because nothing says you can't do that, but typically a lot of Tesla drivers don't take their cars through an automatic car wash. I'm not saying you can, and say a lot of us don't, and that's because the paint on Teslas, if you can Google this and research this, the paint is not your typical paint on other cars. The paint here is a lot lighter. I've had experience in the past where a very light touch and it scratches already. So when you go take these cars through a car wash, what happens is, especially the ones with the brushes, what happens a lot of times is it leaves, number one, in a car, it will leave paint swirls, but also some people have had issues where it actually like scratches their paint. And also the black trim around the windows, a lot of times will have the little rainbow discoloration from the chemicals in the car wash. So a lot of times Tesla drivers wash their cars at home by themselves. This probably also applies to other car drivers. But if you wash your cars at home, like I typically do, the best way to do it and do it clean, easy, quick is using a pressure washer. I have a video on the channel where I kind of talked about washing cars and doing that. And actually behind me here, what I've had, this was my original pressure washer that I had originally, the yellow one, but it's very loud, and also I felt like it wasn't strong enough, and so I got the other smaller one, the orange one, and that's what I've been using. But what I have here in this box is a pressure washer from a company called Giraffe Tools, and this is their Grandfalls Pressure Washer Pro. It's got a 100-foot auto retracting hose. This is one of those things that it mounts on your wall, right? You connect your water hose to it, it mounts on the wall, and the hose retracts. You can use this for your cars, your driveway. Basically, it's your one-stop shop. This one here has a peak pressure of about 3,700 psi. So definitely very powerful. But honestly, what I'm really excited about this for is a lot of things. One, it's mounted, it's in one spot. I don't have to keep transporting stuff back and forth. Two, that 100-foot hose, I can literally wash the driveway from one end all the way to the other. The multi-faceted pieces of this too, it's got a soap bottle with the soap dispenser. It's got the different nozzle types. It's a heavy-duty product for sure. If you can see in here, there's that one over there. If you see the wheels, it's dirty. It hasn't been washed in about a month now. We just came back from a road trip with this one here. So they are both dirty and I'm going to be washing them. And I'm going to be using this pressure washer. No need to compare what I had before. I'll probably show you a video of what I had before and all the work I have to do. But we're going to be using this one here. I'll talk through, again, just show you how it works, the benefits of it. And I will have links for you to order yours and discount codes in the description. All right, so I've taken one car out of the garage, and for me, I'm probably going to be putting it in that corner over there. My outside water is on that side. So typically I'm running the hose from that side to the front of the house anyway. And so I'm probably going to put over here on this side of the wall of my garage. It's all blocks. You can see the blocks on there. So I'm going to be drilling into this to have this mounted. And so first things first, I got to figure out where this is going to go. I do have a recycle bin that goes over here. I've got some other storage here. I've got hurricane shutter panels to see on the right over here. So not much of space that I have. So my plan is to put it right around over here, right, a little bit higher. That way the hose is more like this height. I can have some room to also open up this can to put stuff in a little bit. Also, don't forget, this has to be plugged in. And so when you're going to be installing this, make sure you are close to a power source. This is a pretty long cable. I think you have about 6 foot or so in here. I haven't measured this yet, but so you have some room to work with. But again, just keep in mind, you have to be close to your power source or if you want to run extension cord or something. So I will talk more about the accessories a little bit here. Actually, let's just do that now while we're here. All right, let's talk about accessories real quick before we get into construction. You do have a 6-foot hose that this comes with, and this will attach to the other side of this here. There's an outlet that you just go into. Then you can connect your water main source to this. Again, that just helps you with having to run the water directly to this. So this will go to your main source. You have that. And then you've got the wand. This one has a quick release thing here. And then it also has like this little handle that's got the 4 spots for you to put in your nozzles. And speaking of that, we've got 4 nozzles with different width, of course, pressures in there. And so again, that can go in here. It's gonna fit in pretty snug, so that's not coming off. So nice storage option that you have here. And then with that, for the quick release, if you used a pressure washer before, you probably know how to work this, but you simply pull back, put that in, and boom. And to switch it out, take it off. You've got a soap bottle here, right? Boom, you can attach that, spray your car with your soap. Again, soap bottle, it's a bit of a smaller soap bottle. I wish it was bigger, but again, if you're using a concentrated soap detergent, probably don't need that much anyway. I've already assembled this, but it comes with a hose in there with a bit of a filter that goes in there. And then you've got the foam spray. You can adjust to you know, how much foam you want and whatnot. Also, there's a storage spot for that bottle right there in the corner here. And then here, you can see also there's a spot for the gun, but here you have that. And then for the gun, this is what connects to this pressure washer hose through here, right? And then, of course, squeeze. You can also choose to lock it so nobody can use it when it's locked. And then for this, I like this here because it's not really a quick release. It's like a 2-in-1. You have to push this end in. There's a seal around here that you push it in through, and then you screw it in. So you push down to get it past that seal, and then not all the way through, but just enough to get into the thread. And then you turn this, and boom. It's all in, and now you're good to go. So you have that, and of course, the 100-foot retractable hose here. And on here, it says this has a maximum pressure of 4,000 PSI, so a lot higher than what this would do anyway. But that's that, and of course, again, this will go in there, and boom. And then, talked about the 4 nozzles already. You have this, it's called a clean out pin, and I believe that's for if you want to clean out your nozzles, right? You can use that to, there we go. It goes through. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see that way. So that's kind of nice that you have that to clean out stuff. It's very light, so be careful not to lose it. But you have this little spirit line to make sure things are level. And then you've got, sorry, before that, you have this little thing here. It's called a hub pin, and this will come in handy if you need to replace this hose. You basically use it to hold this reel in place so it doesn't roll back while you're doing that replacement. And then you've got your screws and a anchor as you go. These are like heavy duty screws and heavy duty anchors. It's a heavy device. It's a heavy item. So you definitely can't mount this on just drywall. You need to have either you're mounting to a concrete wall like this that you have to drill into, or if you're doing onto wood, make sure you're getting into studs. Like I have to say that you can't, please do not, this will not go on drywall by itself. You have to make sure you're getting studs if you're mounting this on wood wall. So like I was saying though, this is the mounting bracket. This is what goes on the wall, right? And then this goes on top of this. This does not have holes wide enough, in my opinion, from what I can see, wide enough for you to put this on like one single wood stud. Unfortunately, it's not also wide enough for you to do 2 wood studs. So if you're gonna mount this on wood, you might, if you have a wider wood, say it's a 2x4 and the 4 side is what's against the wall, which I'm not sure. Typically, you have the narrower side in facing you. But if you're able to get the narrowest portion here to go into studs, great. Again, do what you got to do to make sure that's good. But again, do not install this on just drywall. It will not hold. But we've gotten through all that. Let's talk about installation now. I'm going to just, this will all be sped up, but I'm going to show you basically my figuring out the spots and screwing. What I'm going to do here is just kind of measure top to bottom, left to right, to kind of see where my stuff will kind of be. Find the middle, mount this, and then we'll get some product testing. So with that done, I'm going to take the pressure washer now and mount it on here, and we'll see how that looks. Like I said, this tool is it's heavy, so if you have 2 people, that would be great. And so there we go. Whew. That's it. It's in. It's holding. With this here now, I probably have made it a little bit lower, but again, I did this in mind of me having this under here. I wanted to be able to open it up to some extent, a little bit. So it's perfect, what I was hoping for. But definitely for you, you can probably make it a little bit lower. I'm also a tall guy, so this is perfect. But yeah, installation is complete. It's gonna have some shake. I mean, that's fine. As long as you have your stuff mounted in properly, you should be good. I'm gonna take the power and I'm going to plug the power in. Again, it's got a GCFI protected, so if anything happens, this will trip. And so I'm gonna put that. Quick test. All right, I don't hear anything. Let's hit reset. Now, I mentioned that they did include a hose. The hose intake is on the other side. I've got 2 sides. One has a filter, one does not. I'm gonna put the filter side on the outside and run this part that's clear. I mean, you can do either way. You can also run your hose directly into this if you don't want this route here of an extra hose hanging out on the side. All right, and so this end is what will go into my hose, and when it's not in use, you can simply probably just something like that and it's out of the way. Let me do some of the other accessories and show you what that looks like while it's in place. The soap bottle goes over here like so in the back. This guy will go here. It's got a seal that you're gonna be pushing in and then screw. I will rather prefer leave this in here so I'm not screwing or screwing. So with that in place, then what that means then is you have to something like this is what it will look like once it's in place. So the gun is in the back, soap bottle is in the back. This is that, this is here. If you want, there you go. Everything's put away. So now it's one-stop shop for everything. Soap bottle, gun, hose, everything. This is 100 foot. I do have 2 cars to wash today, and I will show you how I've typically done that before. When I'm washing 2 cars, I have to park the cars one way, and what I have is not long enough. And so I'll show you the game how to play. But with this one, you don't have to worry anymore. If you're trying to pressure wash your house, your driveway, sidewalk, everything, definitely something that you don't have to worry about. You have all the distance. So again, let's go to some real world testing, show you how this works, functionality, and go from there. All right, so this has been installed. It's been used. I pressure washed the driveway, some spot on the driveway a little bit. I washed 2 cars with it, and I have feedback. So when I do these reviews, I want to be as honest and transparent as possible, because you need to know what you're getting into, right? So I like to tell you the good, the bad, everything. So let's start with the overall performance of this itself. Installation, not too crazy. Like I said, this works best if you're mounting into like a solid wall, not drywall, definitely not drywall. If you have the tools, you need the drill bit. Installation, not crazy. This is heavy, so you probably see if you're installing this lower to where you don't have to lift so high, it'll be a lot easier. For me, because I'm installing this a lot higher, I had to lift it a little bit higher, and it took some work to do that. Other goods of this stuff, this hose is 100 foot. It is long. And for me, what that really did is I was able to go far. So typically when I'm washing the 2 cars, I try to wash the 2 cars. Sometimes I wash both cars at the same time. And when I'm doing that with my old pressure washer, what ends up happening is I'm dragging stuff all over the whole place. It's a lot of work. With this, I don't have to. Literally, I pull the hose out from this wheel as much as I need, and I can go around perfect. If I want to wash my driveway, which I showed, it's pretty long. If I want to wash the driveway, I don't have any concerns with getting to that end of the driveway. So perfect. I like the ease of having this right here. It's my old one. I have to like put in my pocket and switch them around. This is very easy. You just simply, take what you need from here, swap it out, and that's it. Also, I do like this, the retractable piece. When you retract it, you pull. So you pull, and then you will go, and then you see it will stop. But when you stop the second time, there you go. So when you pull and you get to where you want to stop, just let go, pull again, and then stop there. And once you pull again, it's gonna go into retracting mode. It also has a track here that moves as it's rolling back. And what that does is it lets this hose reel move and line up properly, so you don't have them bunching up on one side. So really well thought out, really good. Noise wise, honestly, I would say it says 80 decibels. My other smaller one is 93, and yes, that 13 decibel difference, I did notice it. When you start it up, because you are in an enclosed space, it feels loud. But when I walked out of the garage into the open space, it was not loud at all. So noise-wise, a lot better. So I think overall functionality, I love it. I like that you have a soap bottle and everything is all. My old one, I have to keep changing nozzles and stuff. This one, I don't have to. So really, really good. And also the powerful. Yes, it is powerful. From doing the pressure washing on the ground to washing the cars, I could tell that yes, this has good power, so which is great. You don't have to keep going over the same spot multiple times. So lots of good things about it. This is nice too. It kind of helps me just connect. You can do away with this. You can just run your hose directly to it. I would say when you connect this, make sure that when you do this, use a wrench to tighten that. Clearly, when I first installed this, I did not do that. And when I turned the water on, I would have poured out from here. So make sure you do that. But again, lots of very good things about it. So let's talk about some misses. Basically means it's okay, but could be improved. Soap bottle. I feel like this is small. This could be bigger. If you're doing a lot of stuff, or if you're not using something that's so concentrated, this is a little bit small. And so I wish it was a little bit bigger. That's just that, not a big deal. Also this, right? The mount for the gun is in the back here, but for me to mount this in the back, I have to either pull this out and then be able to mount it, which means I've got this being like this, or what I've been doing is just something like this, where I'm leaving it like this. So now I'm not using the mount for the gun, but that's because it's connected. If I don't want to do any of that, then I have to unhook this here, unscrew this, and then let this wheel back in, put that in, and then when I want to use it again, I have to screw this back in again, and it's just not practical that I'm doing it back. But something where you can just mount it in front, or something that's right here at the top, and you don't have to worry about dragging this to the back. So that's, again, just a miss. So This is rated 15 amps. That's what it says is the amperage, the current draw. I would say the amperage of this is closer to 16 amps than 15. If you have a 20 amp circuit or 16 or whatever, then you're fine. If you have 15, this may be a problem for you. Outside of those things, this device worked flawlessly. But I hope this has been helpful for you. I'm gonna have the link and discount code in the description. This is from Giraffe Tools. They make a whole lot of other home tools, like they've got garden hoses and everything. Definitely check them out and see what you like from them. Think about the time you'll be saving, all the work, the less stress. I don't have to run things and triple myself. Like, it's pricey, but it saves you a lot of headache that's worth it in that cost. And so I hope this is helpful. As always, don't forget to like the video, share it. If you have experience with this tool, you have feedback, suggestions, please put it in the comments. That way it helps me, it helps others. As always, thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.